Hello and welcome to a video of Factorio. I am Deozaan and we are working on getting nuclear power. So, part of the problem of the nuclear power is these centrifuges are going a little slowly. So I'm going to speed them up a bit. Maybe. And actually, it seems I don't have speed modules. I forgot to research speed modules. Okay. Come on, don't be like that. I'm actually going to build the ones in the middle first, because those will speed up both the top and bottom. Don't want those right now. And I have these speed modules, so I'll just have to go with these for now, because I don't have the really fast ones. But that helped speed them up a little. I think, well, okay. I will cancel that to that. Still haven't filled me with gears yet. Okay, that should be a good start for now. But I do want to... No, I don't want that yet. Stupid bots. I'm going to set up beacon creation. Again, just sort of a temporary one until I get a more permanent one set up. I'll just put it here. No, that one's full. I'll put it... guess I'll just have it do its own thing. Beacons. 6. I think they can stack up to like 50 or something. So I'm going to let it do that many, I guess, just so we'll have plenty for later. I don't know. I should work on another one of those. And am I making any landfill? I'm not. Or if I am, I'm not putting it in a chest. All I need is stone, huh? Okay, well I'm going to make some right here then. I'm actually going to get rid of that guy again and put one of these back on here. Okay, landfill. That will use up a lot of stone, but that's okay. And in fact, it uses so much stone, it's deserving of a stack inserter. There we go. Not that they're really using it, but if these guys do need to grab the stone off of that, they'll need to be faster since it's a blue belt now. Okay. That will be useful for later, like if I ever want to go after this, having this water here will be kind of annoying, so using landfill to make room for the miners should be helpful. And it looks like we got our first uranium-235, because we're now making a fuel cell, which is good, which means we've got power coming shortly. Lots and lots of power. Well, maybe not so much, because the one reactor we have isn't going to be able to keep up with the heat demands for all of these steam engines. But one thing that I forgot to set up was the boilers, or heat exchangers, or whatever they're called. They need water. And now I remember, that's another reason why I wanted the landfill. it to me without needing a recharge. Now that I got this other Roboport belt, I can stay up here working on it, and they can resupply me. And actually, if I come up here a little ways and do this, then they can really resupply me. Okay, landfill. Alright, now they all have water. The only thing we're possibly missing. So let's see if I... 3 of them should be able to handle 3, possibly 4. So if I cut this wire here, then I think they should be able to heat up enough to supply enough heat for these steam engines. So now that this one has 3 surrounding it, it has a 300% neighbor bonus. So it should really heat up fast and efficiently. gets to, well, once these things get to about 500 degrees, I think, they'll start producing steam. Which doesn't really make sense to me because water boils at 100 degrees, so it should be producing some steam right now, since it's over 300 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I don't know why they designed it so that it has to be 500 degrees Celsius before it starts producing steam. But that's the way it works right now. Anyway, once these guys get going, the power, if you look at it now, we are just on the cusp. I mean, we are still trying to fill the accumulators, but we're not being able to fill them completely before we run out of daylight, which means that the solar panels aren't producing enough to keep up. And that probably has something to do with how much bots we're using, and it looks like also these beacons are steadily increasing power. Still not hot enough yet, and we've got a problem. Well, I guess it's not as bad as I thought. I just don't want to run out of the fuel cells before I even start producing any power, otherwise it's just waste them. Hey look, we've got our first power. Yep, these are over 500 degrees. Hooray! So as you can see the power coming on, let's take a look at our power production. These steam turbines are this red right here. We are producing a lot. Yeah. So power, as long as we keep producing the fuel cells, from this point out, power should pretty much not be a problem in the game anymore. But if it is, it'll just be a matter of building another line or two of these and adding a couple more reactors. Almost there. Come on. 600 degrees. Aren't these hot enough anymore? Oh, they are hot enough. Aren't these producing power anymore? I guess they're not producing power because I am making enough through solar and my steam engines. But I think it's time to tear down my steam engines completely. We don't need them anymore. And probably we could even get rid of the solar as well, but I may not worry about that just yet. I think it's definitely time to get rid of the steam engines. That will make a lot of more room for more copper processing and some more steel processing even. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to add steam engines to the filter. Here they are. So this will only get rid of the steam engines. Could have gotten rid of the boilers too, I suppose. Boilers. And while we're at it, we can take down everything related. The burner inserters, the pipes, and the offshore pumps. The power lines I won't worry about. For now. In fact, let's check. So it looks like all of our power is coming from the steam turbines are green now instead of red. So looks like most of our power is still coming from the solar panels during the daytime, and about half as much power as the solar panels is coming from the nuclear power for now. But as we expand, and especially as we get more beacons, beacons use up a ton of power, especially when they actually have modules in them. Wow, looks like all of the beacons are built, but no modules. Are in them yet, so I want my bots to build that. I want them to only build the top one. I should have a assembly making these centrifuges too. In fact, now that we have some power, I'm not really going to worry myself too much over which order these centrifuges get built in. I will let the bots take care of it, because I have more important things to concern myself with, such as building more centrifuges, increasing the copper supply. See, now the iron is all backed up in the coppers though, and I didn't change anything. I mean, I guess it kind of did. I told it to start building beacons and I don't know what else. So I have a lot of nuclear related stuff here. Guess I'll just do that. Centrifuge. I'm going to limit this to just one stack. I think they can go up pretty high, maybe even stacks of 50. And I've pretty much already mapped out all of the centrifuges we need, so that's only 17 more. Probably won't need any more than that ever, so a single stack should be fine. In fact, it's more than enough. Batteries. Did I forget to... No, they're still getting batteries, so what's this waiting on? Processing units. Processing units. For now, I'm going to limit this to one stack. Let's see, another thing I should do is set up making these chests for me. So I need steel and red and green circuits. So I've got red and green circuits right here. I also have red and green circuits right here. And steel right here. Got red and green circuits here as well. Whoops. I was planning to do that instead. And then I got distracted and forgot. Okay, that should actually be enough. And now that I think of it, I actually don't want to do it that way. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to build steel chests. Like that. Just going to unload onto a belt here. So, steel chests. And then I'm going to build we'll start with red, blue, yellow, purple. Yeah. these faster. So there we go. Oh yeah, and we gotta unload these. There we go, and probably just one stack will be fine, which I believe is 50. Should be plenty, especially because they get made so quickly. And that's eating into all the green chips, so we're not making any blue chips really right now, but it won't be very long before they are full and stop using anything. In fact, I'm going to put steel chests in a box and limit that to 100. And then unload those like that. And we're out of steel too, so that will slow down how many green chips this is using for now. Okay. Need 2 green number 2s. Alright, we definitely need more of everything. It's the copper, really, that's holding up the green chips. It's the green chips holding up the red chips. It's the red chips and the green chips holding up everything else. That said, where is it? I think it might be a good idea to get this science, this yellow science, producing more than one. Every 14 seconds approximately. So let's see if I have a red and green, blue and purple, but no yellow. Okay. So I need batteries, which I have. I need speed modules. I need 7 speed modules every second, basically. And they take 15 seconds. How many speed modules do I have in the chest? I already have a ton in the chest. So I think I'll cheat for now. Copper cable. Well, I already have everything. These aren't going very quickly, but they're creating a lot. Well, they have the potential to create a lot, I should say. So I think I'll just assembling machines. Okay, so I need batteries and copper modules. Here's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm making science up here, aren't I? Yeah. Somehow I temporarily forgot. Okay. My batteries. And do I want speed modules or copper cables? I'll go with copper cables. A lot of copper cables. I don't know if I'm putting them in boxes anywhere, but I should be. Looks like I do have some in boxes. Oh yeah. Good. And I did it on the wrong side. Good job. That's... do it like that. And that's still not going to work. Like that. Okay, there's one half of it. And the other half. Actually, I'll do it like this. I want those and those. science. And I think I changed my mind already, as I tend to do, and I want to go this way. Now we'll put the copper wires on the side closest, which will allow them to grab it off the belt faster. Which is going to be necessary. And I'm going to need a bunch of these green guys. It's green inserters. Okay, what did I do to the batteries? Why are we out of batteries? We're just grabbing them all off the line too fast. Which means it's time to make more batteries. It just takes a while. It's not waiting on anything as far as like slow inserters go. It just takes a while to make them. So we need to make more. Okay, let's see. I'll just copy this. that because of all the power we have, but you know, why not? And since I just doubled the battery production, I'll split it half and half on the belt. Let's see how we're doing down where we need batteries. Still not really producing very many of them. Let's wait until this catches up, but it doesn't look so great so far. I think we can do better. I could put speed modules in these guys. I think that should probably be sufficient. And I think it's time to redo science one more time. For the last time, actually. I'm going to move it all up above this belt here. Let's see. Here's a design I came up with. Don't know if it's any good, but or you know, it's not necessarily even unique, but it's something I came up with on my own. I'm not saying no one else hasn't made anything like it before. But yeah, this is my science design. This will go all the way up here to make room for yellow science to come somewhere up this way, and the dark gray, black science, whatever, military science. Okay, so we'll do it like do it like this. does need a little bit of tweaking from my blueprint. Because when I made the blueprint I forgot a couple of things. Such as the fact that these yellow inserters can't grab off of these blue belts very well. So anywhere there's one grabbing off of the blue belt, I need to upgrade it. And actually, if I remember correctly, they even had problems on the red belts because they're the underground belts. So I'm just going to upgrade all of them. Okay, so the design is these belts are kind of braided. So you're going to have 3 different inputs, or 3 different belt inputs in one line, and each side of the belt can have something different. So that means this one line here can have 6 different things on it, 2 for each different colored belt, and same with this side. So I will load this one up here, load the red and green here, I don't know why this is a red belt, but whatever. In fact, I might as well just make it blue. And so those will braid, wiggle in and out, and come around here and loop around the other way. And so that way, of all of the sciences that are possible to make, there are 7 different kinds, as you can see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess you don't see the 7th there. But there's one more than what's shown here. So 6 can fit on these belts because of this braiding technique, and then the 7th will come out on this outer ring here. As we make the most of the science. Okay, so yeah, I just need to get yellow up here, belt for the yellow. And I forgot to give them power here so that you would actually be unloading that whole time. I think I'll just send it straight up. cash for these potions, because I don't ever want them in my pockets. Here you can see the 7 different kinds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now that I've told the robots to throw away all the science, I actually need to tell them to deliver it to the science facilities. And the way I do that is with request requests. Like this. So when this guy unloads, he'll unload to the opposite side, and that side has red. So request the red potions. And this guy unloads, he'll unload to the opposite side, and that's green. So now if I ever accidentally pick up potions, they'll automatically be delivered back onto the belt, feeding into the science. Well, at least red and green. Now I need to set up the same thing for blue and purple. Side, purple on this side, and then I'm not sure exactly where the military science is going to be made, so for now I'll just do this. Yellow. There we go. So it looks like everything's backed up on the science except for yellow. And maybe batteries still holding things up on yellow. Looks like we have plenty of batteries. We're just... oh yeah, it's the processing units, which are being held up by green chips. I think I will augment the green chips. This is probably a bad idea, but it'll help out for now. Speed module 3 is finished. Yes. That will really help out soon. Let's do 500, 200. Let's do that one. So none of the blue chips are actually making it through right now. It'd help if I get the power. That should help produce more blue chips. But maybe still not fast enough. I think I'll let them pass through here again. Okay, so basically what I need to do now is just really ramp up production of iron, or, well, iron probably, but copper, so that I can get these green chips going a lot faster and enough to sustain not just the green chips, but the red chips. In fact, I may consider removing all of these miners, just moving them over, or maybe I won't even need them anymore. I'll just convert to electric furnaces. Nothing really needs coal anymore that I can think of. So if I upgrade to electric furnaces, then none of this needs coal. I mean, what does need coal actually is stuff over in the oil, but they've got their own coal right here, so I may get rid of, I think I'm probably going to upgrade a lot of this stuff in between videos, again, just because it's kind of, I think it's kind of not that interesting for people to watch me do for the umpteenth time. So I'll probably just expand green chips and red chips, and probably also iron and copper. Get rid of this. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what needs to be done and do what needs to be done. But need a lot more. In fact, I could probably get enough green chips made that I've got another one of these belts were reserved to have green chips out here, and maybe I could run one directly from here into the red chips, and then leave this belt on the bus for whatever else needs green chips on the bus, like all of this stuff, like the blue chips. Anyway, so that's kind of the idea of what I may do off camera. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.